Hey everybody, this is Ben back again, and welcome back to another video in which for today's video I'm going to now show you guys my children's DVDs. My, DVDs that I've had since back in the day, but are targeted for more of like little kids and stuff, which I have a ton of these DVDs. Most of them are in this bin, although there is a couple of them like without cases that I have shown before in other videos, like that Letter Factory video, and then the Little People Storytime Collection, and the Winnie the Pooh and ABC's and 123's DVDs, and other stuff like that. But for this video, these are like children's DVDs, that are, that I have that are in cases, and that we've had them since back in the day, of course. Like I said, they're mainly targeted like more toward like, younger people, but like adults can still appeal to them as well. But these are just more of like the kind of some of the kiddie kind of stuff. Not all of them, but just as some of them have, most of them are like stuff that are more for little kids. But this was, but we've had them since, since all these years. So let's go ahead and get right into this. Of course, I had shown this bin before with, there's also some tapes in here, which I have a ton of those, but these are the DVDs that I'm going to be showing, and then maybe I can get the tapes sometime. I mean, I don't really need to, really, because I've shown them before when I did the VHS collection without cases video, but for this video, though, this is for the DVDs, so anyways, let's go ahead and get right into this. We got these tapes here, which I'm gonna get off. Then there's some tapes down here as well. Well, first I'm gonna start probably maybe with these DVDs, which are Hans Christian Andersen DVDs. This is the Reader's Digest Young Families. This is one of the DVDs that was released in that series. I have a ton of these. So yeah, it's like some line that they had or something back then. So here's the disc for it right here. Then all these features, they all include the same exact features. The Gee Whiz quiz, rhyme time, cast of characters, I see, and printable activities. So yeah, it's the same exact features on all these DVDs. So let's set that there. Then here's another one, which is The Princess and the Pea right here. Not really too much to say really about these, but yeah, that's the disc for it right there. Then I got some more stuff down here. Let me get these tapes out, set them down here. I guess let's go over the, well, let me get these out for easier access. All right, now things are a lot more easier now. I guess I can start maybe with these. We got we have, I think, a few of these. We have these Interact TV DVDs, which this is a Blue's Clues one. Then I have the actual system that I have, which I put down there. I'm going to show you what that is. So, I mean, you've seen it before, but I'll show you it for the video. I'll probably do it at the end. Here's another one right here, which includes Sesame Street, Dora the Explorer, and SpongeBob. And then another Sesame Street one, which is Journey to Ernie, The Sky and Cookies Letter of the Day. And then there's some more stuff in here. There's a lot more in here. Here's a Liberty's Kids DVD, The First 4th of July. Well, this appeals to adults as well. But, of course, there's the celebrity voice acting for, during the series. So, that's that. Here's a special kids DVD right here, Things in a Day. I think I said this before, but I'm kind of not really sure why I had this in the first place, but I mean, I did grow up reading them back in my elementary school days. So anyways, Next up is a Curious George DVD. I have a ton of these. This is Robot Monkey and More Great Gadgets. By George, We Think He's Got It by TV Guide. This features the episodes Robot Monkey, Hullabaloo, Curious George Spy Monkey, Curious George Rides a Bike, The Turbo Python 3000, Monkey Fever, Lucky Cap, Candy Counter, and Gutter Monkey. So I have a lot of these DVDs. They're just compilations of episodes from the show. There's another one down here. Here's a Caillou DVD right here. Caillou's Winter Wonders. So yeah, there's the stories right there, and there's the features, which I'm not going to read, but that's okay. So yeah, that's a look at Caillou's Winter Wonders. Oh, there's another copy of Open Season Scared Silly in here. I have another one upstairs, but I don't know why I have 2 copies of it. But anyways, moving on. Here's a 3-2-1 Penguins DVD. This is the Cheating Scales of Bolamanka, or Manka. Yep, I think I have one of the videotapes of this, but so that's a look at that one. Here's another Curious George DVD, which is Takes a Job. This features Takes a Job, Takes Another Job, Gets a Trophy, The Truth About George Burgers, Door Monkey, George the Grocer, and then The Architect, and then George Makes a Stand. It's not necessary to read the episodes. I just figured might as well, do it anyway. Here is another Hans Christian Andersen DVD, The Ugly Duckling. I can actually show you the disc on some of these. So that's the Ugly Duckling one. Then the George one right here. That's the look at that one. 3-2-1 Penguins. That's that. Caillou. That's that plus the insert. So yep, that's all there is to say about that one. And yeah, I think the Interact TV stuff I'm just gonna leave. I'm not gonna show the discs of, but anyways, next up we have The Traveling Companion, which is another Hans Christian Andersen title. I'll put that backwards from. Then here's another one right here, The Gullishes of Fortune, which this one's in terrible condition. So that's that. Here's Rescue Heroes, the movie, direct-to-video computer animated film adaptation of the Rescue Hero series, which I have one of the tapes that I think is kept in here. But here's another Curious George DVD, Zoo Night. Features Zoo Night, Bunny Hunt, B is for Bear, Home for Pigeons from Scratch, Dog Counter, Squirrel for Day, and Discovers the Poles. So that's that one for you. And Winner by TV Guide. I think some of the other ones that I've shown already, I'm not going to go back and read the reviews. I think it might be the same for all these, but I'm not too sure. I'll have to check back at the end. But anyways, next up is another George DVD, Goes Green. This features The Perfect Carrot, Everything Old is New Again, The Trash, Mulch Ado About Nothing, George's Worms, Seed Trouble, Ice Station Monkey, and Shipwrecked with Hunley. There's the Traveling Companion one. I've shown that one already. And here is another Liberty's Kids DVD, We the People. And the features on here, it includes fun facts, famous Americans, and then a sing-along. And I think it's the same for the 4th of July one. So that's that. Here's another Hans Christian Andersen title, The Golden Treasure. So that's that. I didn't show the disc for the We the People one, and I don't think I showed the disc for the 4th of July one, but that's okay. So that's a look at that one. These are the only 2 Liberty's Kids DVDs that I have. So that's that. The Traveling Companion, I think I showed that one already. Curious George's Rocket Ride, a top flight hit by TV Guide. This includes Rocket Ride, The Dam Builders. I said dam, like a beaver dam. But then it also says Flies a Kite, Finds his way, Station Master, Goes Up the River in the Dark, and Roller Monkey. Then, finally, of the Curious George DVDs, we have Goes to the Doctor. This includes Dr. Monkey, Housebound, Stain Remover, Fixes Betsy's Wagon, On Time, Plumber's Helper, Grease Monkey in Space, and then Gets All Keyed Up. Just decided not going to read the first part of the episode where it mentions Curious George. It's not going to read them because it would get repetitive a bit. So that's that. And then next up, and then I think last of these, we have Thumbelina. This is the Hans Christian Andersen title. There also was a movie from 1994, but I don't have that one. Alright, so that's it for the children's DVDs. And then the last thing I'm going to show you here is the Interact TV thing, which this is what I was talking about with the Sesame Street thing. Like these ones here. These are for the Interact TV, which I remember playing with this a lot back in the day. I think they come with like pads or something where you like touch them and then on the screen like they respond or something. It's been a long time since I used it, but I think it's something like that. Alright. Let me, I don't think there's any ones that I'm missing, but yeah, I think that's it. So anyways, that is it for my children's DVDs video, or my children's DVDs collection, but I'll probably just put children's DVDs in the title, and so I will see you again sometime soon.